Helena Vance never imagined she would watch her own life go up for auction. But that morning, she stood on the sidewalk outside her childhood home and listened as strangers bid on her memories. She did not cry, she did not plead. She had already lost too much to lose her dignity. What she didn't know was that in the back of that crowd stood Thayer Bennett, a millionaire. A man who wasn't there for the house. He was there for her. And the bid he placed that day would change everything. Helena Vance did not plan to live alone. At 21, she had plans. Graduate school. A small apartment in the city. A life that felt like movement. Then her father collapsed in their kitchen on a Tuesday afternoon. By Friday, she was signing hospital paperwork instead of university forms. Grief arrived quickly. Responsibility arrived faster. Her mother's health began to fail not long after. First small things. Then appointments. Then surgeries. Then bills. Helena told herself it was temporary. "I'll postpone my plans for a year," she said. A year became 5. 5 became a decade. Suitors came at first. Kind men, patient men. Men who said they understood. But understanding fades when dinners are canceled for hospital visits. When savings are redirected. When life feels paused indefinitely. They stopped asking eventually. Not because she wasn't loved. Because she was always needed somewhere else. Helena never resented it. That's what makes it harder. She chose her family. She chose stability. She chose duty. And she told herself she would choose herself later. Later never arrived. After her mother passed, the house was quiet in a way that felt permanent. The medical debt remained. The property taxes rose. The roof began to fail. There was no cushion. No inheritance. No secret savings. Only numbers that no longer worked. Selling the house was not dramatic. It was math. It was survival. And Helena would not let anyone see it as failure. She refused pity. Refused charity. Refused the soft voices that said, there must be another way. There wasn't. But she would walk through it standing upright. Meanwhile, Thayer Bennett built his life the opposite way. Helena lived hers. Where she stayed, he moved. Where she paused, he expanded. At 27, he founded a small real estate brokerage with 1 desk, 2 folding chairs, and more ambition than certainty. He worked through recessions, bad investments, failed partnerships. He learned to read numbers the way other people read faces. Over 25 years, Bennett Property Group grew quietly. Not flashy, not loud. Strategic acquisitions, thoughtful restorations, measured risk. He became known in coastal Massachusetts circles as the man who never overpaid and never acted emotionally. He did not marry. Not because he avoided commitment. Because he avoided distraction. His life became structured, predictable and efficient. He woke at 5, reviewed reports, attended zoning meetings, closed deals. He built stability the way some men build families. And yet, the larger his portfolio became, the quieter his evenings felt. He told himself that was the price of discipline. And then, over the years, he began noticing her. Not all at once. The first time was at a municipal property tax review hearing. She stood alone, at the podium, documents arranged with careful precision. She didn't argue emotionally, she argued intelligently. When an official dismissed her concern too quickly, she didn't shrink. She clarified, calmly and firmly. Thayer, sitting 3 rows back for an unrelated zoning matter, found himself paying attention. Later, at the bank, he saw her again. He stood behind her in line. He watched as she negotiated a payment extension without once mentioning hardship. Just calm strength. Most people protect property for profit. Helena protected that house like it had a pulse. Thayer did not see a struggling woman. He saw resilience wrapped in restraint. He saw someone who carried responsibility without spectacle. And in a world where desperation is loud, her quiet determination stayed with him. He learned her name from paperwork, but he never approached her. He assumed a woman that composed had chosen her solitude. So he kept his distance. And he told himself it was respect. But the truth was simpler. He admired her. And admiration, in a man like Thayer Bennett, was never careless. Auction day arrived without ceremony. The sky was pale gray, the kind that makes everything feel suspended. Helena Vance locked the front door one last time that morning, not because she still owned it, but because she couldn't leave it open. The house smelled faintly of salt and old wood. She touched the hallway wall as she walked out. Just once. Then she stepped onto the sidewalk where folding chairs had been arranged on her lawn. Neighbors gathered in quiet clusters. Investors stood with folders tucked under their arms. The auctioneer adjusted his microphone. And near the back, in a tailored dark coat, stood Thayer Bennett. He had heard about the auction through a routine listing report. He almost ignored it. Almost. But when he saw the address, something inside him shifted. He told himself he was there to observe market behavior. He knew that wasn't the truth. Helena did not sit. She could not bear to watch strangers measure her life in increments of $10,000. Instead, she stood across the street near a maple tree, arms folded, expression steady. The auctioneer began. Opening bid. A hand went up immediately. Another followed. Numbers climbed. Investors spoke casually, like they were bidding on flooring samples, not someone's last anchor. Helena kept her eyes on the ground. Each number felt like something being stripped away. Memories reduced to currency. The kitchen table where her father once laughed. The bedroom where her mother spent her final months. The porch where she once believed her life would begin. All of it becoming a transaction. Then, a new voice entered the rhythm. Calm. Clear. 650. Heads turned. Thayer Bennett had stepped forward. The amount was already higher than market value. An investor countered. Thayer didn't hesitate. 700. A murmur moved through the crowd. The house needed roof repairs, foundation work, and updated plumbing. It wasn't prime coastal property. It wasn't a smart emotional purchase. And Thayer Bennett was known for smart decisions. Another bidder tried once more. 710. A pause. All eyes shifted to Thayer. Thayer did not look at the other investors. He looked at the house. And responded immediately. Not calculating. Not pausing. Decisive. 735,000. The number landed heavier than the others. No one countered. The auctioneer's voice grew sharper. 735,000, going once. Going twice. Helena finally looked up. Across the street, she saw him standing there, composed, immovable. The gavel fell. Sold. For $735,000. Silence held for half a breath. Then came the whispers. "He overpaid. That makes no sense. Strange decision. Must be sentimental." Thayer signed the initial documents without expression. He did not look across the street. Helena's chest tightened. Of course. Of course it would be someone like him. A businessman. A strategist. A man who saw opportunity where she saw loss. She swallowed the ache and turned away before anyone could approach her. She decided that she would finish the paperwork and then she would leave the town. Start somewhere smaller, quieter, but she hadn't decided where. She only knew she would not stay and watch someone renovate her memories. For now, she moved into her friend Laura's spare bedroom. 2 suitcases and 1 box of photographs. That was what 30 years had been reduced to. But then something strange happened. Days passed. Then a week. Then 2. There was no for sale sign placed back on the lawn. No construction trucks, no contractors measuring windows, no listing online, nothing. At first, she told herself renovations take time. But even paperwork had not arrived. No formal contact from his office. No urgency, no pressure. When she finally drove past one afternoon, against her better judgment, the house looked exactly the same. Lights off, curtains still drawn, protected, as if waiting. Her confusion grew quietly. Thayer Bennett was not a man who let assets sit idle, everyone in town knew that. And yet, he had bought the house. Overpaid, and done nothing, for weeks. And for the first time since the auction, Helena felt something unfamiliar rise in her chest. Not grief, not anger, but something closer to wonder. One afternoon, her phone buzzed. Unknown number. She almost ignored it. Then she opened the message. The message was brief. "Helena, if you're willing, I'd like to meet. Not at my office. At the house. Thayer Bennett." She read it twice. The house? Her chest tightened. She told herself it was about paperwork, final signatures, formalities, closure. When she pulled up that afternoon, she braced herself for change. New locks, measuring tape on the porch, contractors' trucks. Instead, the house looked untouched. The lawn had been trimmed, the porch swept, the windows clean, the curtains inside were exactly as she had left them. It didn't look abandoned, it looked protected. Thayer stood near the front steps, hands in his coat pockets. No folder, no clipboard, just him. "You came," he said quietly. "You asked," she replied, steady as ever. He unlocked the door and stepped aside. "After you." She hesitated before crossing the threshold. The air inside smelled faintly of lemon polish and old wood. Someone had cared for it. Not renovated. Not altered. Maintained. She turned to him. "I assumed we were here to discuss paperwork." "We are," he said gently. "Just not the kind you expect." They stood in the living room where the auctioneer's voice had once echoed. Thayer did not rush his words. "I didn't buy this house as an investment." She held his gaze. "Then why?" He exhaled slowly. "For years, Helena, I've watched you walk into city offices alone. I've seen you argue policy without raising your voice. I've seen you negotiate with banks without asking for sympathy." Her expression didn't change. But something inside her stilled. "I admired you," he continued. "The way you never blamed anyone. The way you never asked for help. The way you carried exhaustion with grace. Her fingers tightened slightly at her sides. I didn't buy the house to own it, he said. I bought it so you wouldn't lose it to someone who didn't understand what it meant. The words settled between them. You've spent your life protecting everyone else's stability, he added, voice lower now. I wanted, just once, to protect yours. Helena swallowed. No one had ever said that to her. No one had ever framed her strength as something worth guarding. I never approached you, he went on. Because I respected your independence. I assumed if you needed help, you would ask. I didn't want to become another obligation. Silence filled the space. He finally reached into his coat pocket and pulled out a single envelope. The property has been transferred into a structured agreement, he said calmly. You can buy it back. Manageable payments, no interest, no penalties. Her breath caught. This isn't charity. It's a partnership. You keep your home, I keep my word. She looked at the envelope but didn't take it yet. Why? She asked softly. Thayer met her eyes fully now. Because I changed my schedule many times. Just to be near you, at city meetings, at hearings, during those long afternoons when you were fighting to keep this house. Because watching you stand there alone didn't feel like respect anymore. It felt like I was standing a step away when I should have been standing beside you. If one day, he added carefully, you'd like more than just the house back, if you'd like me beside you in it. I would be the happiest man in this town. He didn't move toward her, he didn't reach for her hand. He simply stood there, looking at her the way someone looks at something they value, carefully, almost reverently. There was no rush in him, only certainty. And something inside Helena softened. For so long, she had been the steady one. The strong one. The one who held everything together. But in that moment, she felt something new. She felt cherished. Her fingers trembled slightly as she took the envelope. Not because she couldn't survive without it, but because someone had finally stepped into her life and said, without saying it outright, you don't have to stand alone anymore. She walked slowly down the hallway. Past the framed photographs. Past the kitchen doorway. She placed her palm against the wall where her father once leaned after long workdays. This time, the house did not feel like a burden she was fighting to hold up alone. It felt shared. She turned back toward Thayer. He hadn't followed her. He was waiting. Just waiting. And Helena realized something she had never allowed herself to believe. Strength does not fade when someone helps carry it. It becomes steadier, softer, shared. For so many years, she had postponed herself, her rest, her happiness, her possibility, believing there would always be time later. But standing there, with the weight no longer resting only on her shoulders, she understood something new. She would not postpone herself anymore. Have you ever been so strong for so long that no one realized you needed support? What would it feel like if someone admired your strength, instead of being intimidated by it? Tell me in the comments, should independence mean doing everything alone? And if Helena's story touched you, please share your thoughts below.